What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Gemini sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of May 21st and June 20th, then you are a Gemini sun sign, and this reading is for you. Today we're going to be doing a mid-September general reading for all my Gemini friends, and this reading is going to be a 3-card reading using 3 different tarot decks, and it's going to tell us about your love, money, and spirituality. Alright, and I'm going to be using the Nature's Whispers Oracle for love, the Earth Magic Oracle for money, and the Keepers of the Light Oracle for spirituality. So it's going to tell us some messages that you need to know. So if you would, please give me a moment to center myself. And I have 3 questions to ask. So the first question is going to be, what do Gemini sun signs need to know about love at this time? Okay. That there. Next question is, what do Gemini sun signs need to know about money at this time? Okay. And the last question is, what do Gemini sun signs need to know about spirituality at this time? Alright, let's dive into it. The first card we're going to look at is the Nature's Whispers Oracle, and we asked it what message it had for Gemini sun signs in relations to love. Oh, okay. Interesting. Love matters. The first thing I want to say is that this kind of pertains to all your closest relationships. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the romantic relationships in your life. This could be your just the very closest people, the people that you love the dearest, those relationships. And we've got love matters here. And the feeling I'm getting from this card at this time, Gemini friends, is, have you been possibly maybe taking for granted those super close personal relationships? Have you been giving it the attention they require? Have you been showing gratitude and appreciation for them? I get the feeling here that maybe you're not valuing those relationships as much as you should. If you have one of those relationships where someone truly honestly loves you and you love them back, then that is the most precious thing in this world. It's more precious than your job or your career or any possessions or any homes or any cars that you have or your bank account. It's more precious than anything on this earth. And I think this card is saying that you need to really put your focus on that and really show appreciation for that and really give it the weight that it requires. These relationships are always in motion, and just because someone loves you doesn't mean they're going to love you tomorrow. So you really need to appreciate them and put work into them and allow them to constantly evolve. And I think I'm getting the feeling of movement, definite movement from, we've got the ship here moving, we've got several birds moving. So I think a lot of your relationships are actually maybe in the process of changing a little bit. And if you're not putting that proper weight on those relationships, they're going to change without you, right? And they're going to go in their own direction, which might not necessarily be the direction that you want them to go in. So this card is definitely asking you, Gemini friends, to put some focus on those love relationships that you have, so that you're part of it. You're there, and you're showing the gratitude and appreciation that you really need to show, because, like I said, this is the most precious thing on this planet. Okay, so that is love. Next, we're going to move on to money in the Earth Magic Oracle, and we're going to see what message they have for you, Gemini friends, in regards to money. We've got forest, breath, or breathe. Breathe. We're going to go with breathe. This is an interesting one. Give me a moment to go into this card, actually. Alright, this is a weird card, but I'm getting the feeling that, money... This card is asking you to remember, Gemini friends, that money is an organic thing almost. Think of it like a forest. There's many components that bring money to you. There's many different elements. There's the trees, there's the plants, there's the animals, there's the water, there's the soil. And in order for a forest to exist, it has to have components of all those things. In order for money to come into your life, you have to put in hard work. You have to think positively. You have to use your imagination to visualize money coming to you. You have to have the connections necessary. You have to have ideas. And just like the forest, when all those things come together, it starts to breathe and it becomes a living organism. And so too can money become a living organism for you that is working for you, it's gonna ebb and flow. It's gonna come to you sometimes and leave you at other times. But that's what energy does, and money is energy, just as the forest is generating energy with its breath. And so I think the message here for Gemini friends is that take a deep breath, okay? If you're stressed about money, if you're worried about it, if you're not sure how it's going to come to you, or if you're going to have enough money to pay the bills at this time, take a deep breath and return to the state of the forest, a state of tranquility, with the knowledge and understanding that if you put all those elements together, then money will come. So it's no good like stressing and worrying because you're not taking care of any of those elements. Rather than stressing and worry about money, make sure that your actions in the right place. Make sure that your imagination and visualization techniques are in the right place. Make sure your resources are being expended in the right place, right? All these things have to come together to bring money to you. So rather than stressing and worrying, take a deep breath and look at the elements to see that they're all in alignment. And only then will money truly become, a living thing that just exists in your in your life, right? That was a weird one, I'll admit. So that was a weird connection, but I think the point's there. I think I got it. So we'll move on to spirituality now, and the Keepers of the Light Oracle, and see what message it has for Gemini friends. Oh, the twins! Look, we got twins. What do you know, Geminis? Cool. The Miriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. I mean, I think that message is pretty self-explanatory to me, but to me this is about positivity. This is about pulling yourself out of some sort of negative cycles. And, when we think about spirituality, a lot of people, not saying you necessarily, but a lot of people kind of are stuck in their ego programs, and these negative ego programs block spirituality. And this card is saying that you have to see the light. If you're going to see the bigger picture, you're going to have to see the positive, bright side of things, because only then can you raise your vibration to a point where you've kind of superseded. You've come out of that negative ego programming matrix that so many of us are locked in. And the best way to do that is through love and through like we said, gratitude for your love relationships and really appreciating them, because there's the theme here of these cards that love is going to get you through everything, right? Spirituality is going to be accomplished, like a higher level of spirituality is going to be accomplished through love, through the understanding that all things are connected, that love is the driving force of this universe, and everything else pales in comparison. There's no energy, there's no power greater than the strength of love, and that's the knowledge that's going to get you to the next step in your spiritual in your spiritual journey is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so focus on love, and the twins are not lost on me here. I think this is a special message to Gemini. We got some identical twins giving this message, so I definitely feel like this message is very, very personalized for you. And so what do these words mean? What do they mean to you? Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And looking at these cards as a whole, I think right now in mid-September, a focus on love is really the pervading theme here. Loving the love relationships that you're so fortunate to have. Loving money and just not being so critical, not being so I gotta get it, not being so tight wound about money. Just take a deep breath when you think about money and relax a little bit and love money, right? If you love money, then it will come to you. It'll show love back to you, basically. And to reach the next plateau in your spiritual development, we're gonna have to allow more love into our hearts so we can get ourselves out of that negative ego space that so many of us are trapped in. Okay? So that is the reading. I hope something resonated for you. Remember, this is a general overall reading. Not everything's going to apply to everybody. But if you want a specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your specific energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card above, and you can click on those and head on over there. I'm willing to help you out with any problem that you may have, from the smallest, mundanest, most trivial things to absolute and complete disasters. If you need any guidance or clarity, or you have to make a decision that you're not sure about, come to me, hit up my Etsy shop, and we can work something out. All right. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. If you got something out of it, it lets me know that I did something right and you enjoyed it, and I really appreciate that. If you have anything to say about this video, questions, comments, concerns, queries, criticisms, anything you want to say about this video, put those in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about these videos. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I release these bi-monthly, these videos like this, and I also have a weekly reading, and I sprinkle in a whole bunch of videos in between, so plenty to catch up on. So if you want to see all those videos, hit subscribe so you get notified. All right. Thank you for watching, Geminis. Let love into your life, and everything will be just fine. Okay? Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.